Starting a business in Indiana sounds smart. Low taxes, low costs, and a great location. But here's the catch. If you mess up even one early step, those benefits won't matter. Now, most people, they get tripped up by things like naming rules or hidden filing mistakes. So in this video, I'll walk you through every step that you need to launch your Indiana LLC the right way without the confusion or costly slip-ups. And there's one small mistake that could put your home address on public record that you really want to avoid. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But first, let's cover why Indiana is a good place to start an LLC. Now, if you're thinking about starting an LLC, Indiana is a smart choice. The state ranks number 9 in America's top states for business in 2025. Thanks to its business-friendly climate and low taxes. Indiana's corporate income tax rate is just 4.9%, which is one of the lowest in the country. If your LLC is taxed as a pass-through, you'll pay the individual income tax rate of 3% in 2025. Indiana's cost of living is 2% lower than the national average, and housing costs are a huge 23% below the national average. That means that your business dollars will go further, whether you're renting office space or just covering everyday expenses. Plus, Indiana's central location gives you easy access to major Midwest markets, and there's a strong support network for entrepreneurs there. But here's the thing, none of these perks will matter if you don't get the first step right, which is choosing your LLC name. Now, before we jump in too deep here, here's one thing to keep in mind. Starting your business should be exciting, not overwhelming. But forming an LLC on your own, that can get confusing fast with all the legal forms, the rules, and easy to miss details. Now, I'll walk you through everything in this video, but if any part feels confusing, I've got a favorite LLC formation service that makes the whole process super simple and stress-free. It's guided, beginner-friendly, and it only costs $39. Now, if you hit any bumps along the way, just go ahead and click right up here to get step-by-step help setting up your LLC the easy way. And now that that's out of the way, let's talk about picking the right name for your Indiana LLC, because this step is way more important than most people realize. So first off, in Indiana, your LLC name has to be unique and can't be too similar to any other business that's registered in the state. That means, Hoosier Coffee LLC and Hoosier Coffee Inc. are considered the same for naming purposes. So you'll need to get creative if your first choice is taken. Now, your name must include limited liability company, LLC, or LLC at the end. No exceptions. You also can't use words that make your business sound like a government agency or another type of company, like Inc. or corporation. Some words like, bank or attorney are also restricted and may require extra paperwork or a licensed professional on your team. Now, before you get too attached to any names, check its availability using Indiana's free business entity search tool, which is linked to in the description, along with all the other resources that I mentioned in this video. Now, if you're not ready to file your LLC name right away, you can reserve your chosen name for 120 days for a small fee, just in case you need a little bit more time to get things together. And once you're done with that, the next step is choosing your registered agent. And this decision matters way more than you might think. So picking a registered agent, it may sound technical, but it's actually pretty simple and super important. So a registered agent is your LLC's official point of contact for legal documents and government notices. If your business ever gets sued or the state needs to reach you, your registered agent is the one who gets that paperwork. Indiana law requires every LLC to have a registered agent with a physical street address in the state, so no PO boxes are allowed, and they must be available during normal business hours. So who is it that could be your registered agent? Well, you've got a few different options. So you yourself can be your own registered agent as long as you're over 18 and have an Indiana address. A friend or a family member who meets these requirements can do it as well. Or you can hire a professional registered agent service. Now, these companies, they handle everything for you, and they keep your address private and make sure that you never miss an important notice, usually for a yearly fee. So why does this matter? Well, if you miss a legal notice because your registered agent just wasn't available, your business could face penalties or even lose its good standing with the state. That's why it pays to choose someone that's reliable. But here's a twist. Your registered agent's info also goes on public record, which is what I mentioned in the intro of the video. Now, if you want to keep your home address private, a professional service might be the way to go. So for Indiana, my top pick is Northwest Registered Agent. They're known for having outstanding customer service, privacy protection, and transparent pricing, and I've used them myself. With Northwest, your personal address will stay off public records, which means less junk mail and more privacy for you and your family. And Northwest, they only charge $39 plus state fees to help form your LLC. And again, you can click right up here to check them out, or just check out the link in the description. Now that all said, ready for the next step? Well, let's talk about the paperwork that officially brings your LLC to life and the details that you really can't afford to overlook. So ever wonder what actually makes your business real in the eyes of the state of Indiana? Well, it's the Articles of Organization. This is the legal form that you submit to the Indiana Secretary of State to register your LLC. You can file online through the InBiz portal or mail in a paper form. Now, most people go online because it's just faster and it's a bit cheaper as well. So here's what you'll need to include. So your LLC name, that must match what you've already checked for availability. Your principal office address, this is where your business is going to be based. Your registered agent's name and address. The email address for state notifications. This won't go on public record, by the way. Management structure, which is whether your LLC is managed by members or managers. Your dissolution date. So if you want your LLC to end on a certain date, you put that in there. Otherwise, just choose perpetual. The signature of the person filing. Now, the cost of all this, filing online is $95, while mailing your form in is $100. Online filings are usually processed within minutes to an hour, while mail filings can take 1 to 2 business days after they've been received. So once approved, you'll get a stamped copy of your articles and a certificate of organization, and these are your business's birth certificate, so to speak. You'll need them to open a business banking account and get your EIN, which we'll talk about in a minute. Now, keep in mind that if you miss a detail or make a mistake, your filing could be delayed or rejected. That's why double checking everything before you hit submit is key. So you think the paperwork is done? Not quite. There's one more document that can make or break your business's future, even though the state doesn't actually require it. Curious to hear what it is? Well, we'll talk about the operating agreement in the next section here. So Indiana doesn't require LLCs to have what they call an operating agreement. But having one is a very smart move. So this document spells out how your business runs, who owns what, how profits are split, and what happens if someone wants out. Even if you're a solo owner, an operating agreement helps prove that your LLC is separate from your personal stuff, which is key to protecting your personal assets if you ever face a lawsuit or debt. For multi-member LLCs, it's even more important. Imagine you and your business partner, you disagree on a big decision. If it's not in writing, Indiana's default laws decide for you. And those rules might not match what you want. Plus, banks and investors, they often want to see this document before working with you. So while it's not legally required, an operating agreement does give you more control, more protection, and fewer surprises. Now up next, let's discuss how to get your EIN number and why skipping this step matters a whole lot for your business banking and your taxes. So think of your EIN, or your employer identification number, as your business's social security number. It's how the IRS tracks your company for taxes. You'll need it to open a business bank account, hire employees, and file federal or state taxes. The good news, getting an EIN is free and fast. You can apply online through the IRS website and get your number immediately, or you can mail or fax Form SS4 if you prefer it. Just know that the mail will take a few weeks. Now, to fill this out, you'll need your LLC's official name, the address, and the social security number or ITIN of the person applying. Even if you're a single member LLC with no employees, having an EIN is smart because it protects your personal info and makes business banking possible. But don't stop here. There are still a few more steps to keep your LLC compliant and ready for growth in the future. So you've made it this far, but now let's make sure that your LLC is set up for smooth sailing by handling a few final but crucial steps. So first, business licenses and permits. So Indiana doesn't require a general state business license, but depending on your industry and your location, you might need specific licenses or permits. So for example, if you're running a restaurant, a salon, or a daycare, you'll need to check with the Indiana Professional Licensing Agency and your local city or county for any required permits. Always double check this with your local government, because some cities like Indianapolis, they have their own rules for things like signage, health, or zoning. Second, opening a business bank account. So to keep your business and personal finances separate, which I recommend you do, you'll want a dedicated business bank account. Most banks will ask for your LLC's articles of organization, your EIN from the IRS, and a government-issued ID. If you're using a DBA, a doing business as name, bring that certificate too. Some banks may also ask for your operating agreement, so it's smart to have it handy. And last is biennial reports. So Indiana requires LLCs to file a business entity report every 2 years, due during the anniversary month of your LLC's formation. The filing fee is only $30, and missing this deadline can actually lead to late fees or even losing your good standing with the state. Getting these details right keeps your LLC compliant and ready for growth. Now, next up, let's break down a quick summary of all the costs that you can expect as an Indiana LLC owner. All right, so here's what you can expect to pay when you're starting and running your LLC, right? So startup costs. So articles of organization, $95 one-time online filing. Your name reservation, which is optional, is $20 for 120 days if you want to lock in your business name before filing. Your registered agent service, which is optional but definitely recommended. If you use a service like Northwest Registered Agent, then you'll pay $39 for the initial setup fee. Next, let's talk about the ongoing annual costs. So biennial reports, that's $31 every 2 years if filed online, or $50 by mail. And this keeps your LLC in good standing with the state. Also, your registered agent, if you're using Northwest Registered Agent, it's $125 per year. Business licenses and permits, those are optional, only if needed. That varies by state, county, and industry. So you always got to check your local requirements. And it's really hard for me to estimate this here because it can vary so widely. Now, most Indiana LLCs can get started for under $200 with predictable ongoing costs that make budgeting easy. And knowing these numbers up front means that you can focus on growing your business without worrying about hidden fees or last-minute surprises. So in total, expect to pay around $150 to $250 per year to keep your LLC in good standing, depending on your setup and the industry, of course. And that's it. Starting an LLC in Indiana, it isn't overly complicated. And now that you really know the steps and the costs, you're in a great position to move forward. Now, again, to help you with this, I advise you to use a service like Northwest Registered Agents, which you can click on right here to check out or in the description, as they'll really help you stay in compliance year after year while you just try to run a profitable business. Now, if you have any questions for me or you're a little bit confused about this process, just drop me a comment below and I will do my absolute best to help you out as soon as possible. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.